What's up, guys? It's Isaiah. I'm back with another video, and this time I'll be telling you, the first time, I got fired. Yes, the first time I ever got fired. And we've all been fired. I'm sure we all got a story about it. And I'm gonna tell you about my story. Starts off when Isaiah was 16 years old. Yes, a great time. I'm gonna get my first job. Woohoo! Great. Imagine 16 living in Florida. The minimum wage as well. It sucks. It sucks. It's better now, but it still sucks. Let's say 2011 is when I got my first job. Was I 16? Yeah, around then. I mean, I don't live there anymore. But anyways, yes, I got a job, at Firehouse Subs. I don't know if I'm gonna say the name of my job or just put it up there. But yeah, I got a job, great, woohoo. If you ever worked at Firehouse Subs, you kind of know the atmosphere. The subs are good, they're expensive, but they are good, I will say that. I think they gave us 15% off, maybe 20% off, I really don't remember. It was short-lived. Very short-lived. I'm excited, about to make some money, a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying? I'm 16, woohoo. I think I worked every day. I think I only had maybe 2 days off. It was very strange. I was working part-time, but I had a full-time schedule. When I said I need to be hired part-time, I was part-time, working like I was full-time. Let's keep in mind the people who open up the business, they're very Christian-like. Okay, cool, bada boom. And my name's Isaiah, let's remember that. And the first week in, I'm like, okay, cool, we have to memorize the sandwiches, she wanted to make sure that we knew what was on the sandwiches, and I knew about half of them I kind of forgot because, they all have different shit. She wanted to stress that we knew what was in the sandwiches, which was very, again, strange to me because, when you're looking at the menu on the top, or if you have the menu in your hands, you see what's inside the sandwich. The most questions that somebody would ask you is, what do you like or what do you prefer? And that all depends on your taste buds. So, again, why do we have to memorize it? I don't know, because when we got the menu, when we got the order, it had what they wanted and it wasn't everything. Sometimes they substitute it, but we had to know. Whatever, okay. Again, a Christian lady and man open up the business. Values and all. They hired a bunch of church people, all this and all that, and I was one of the few people from my school who got hired and things like that. And the lady, for some reason, didn't know how to say my name, Isaiah. Mind you, they're white, and for some reason she just always wanted to call me Elijah. And I was always, and the first time she said, I let it slide. I was like, oh no, it's Isaiah. She's like, oh okay, yeah, I forgot, I'm so sorry. I'm like, okay. And then she did it a second time. She was like, Elijah, I need you to do. And I looked around, I was like, well, who's Elijah?
Who the fuck you think you talking to?
And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, okay, that's twice. First is a mistake, twice you're doing it on purpose. And then she did it a third time. And at that point, usually I correct you your second time, but the third time I was like, all right, the second time I let it slide. The third time she did it, I was like, oh, my name is Isaiah. And she was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, yes, Elijah's so much easier for me. And I was like, oh, ha, but it's Isaiah. And then the fourth time, I clock in, and then she, there's the managers and people who came in to train everyone from the branch and whatever, they came over and they're all in the room, and I punch in and stuff and shit. Everyone's saying my name, Isaiah. Isaiah, 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 how are you? I'm like, oh, I'm good, whatever, work this shift and whatnot. All of a sudden she goes, Elijah. She goes, Elijah. And then I was like, oh, that's not my name. She goes, oh, it's just so much easier for me to call you Elijah. Can I just call you Elijah? They said so much easier. I looked at her and I was like, can you call me Elijah? The name that's not given to me at all? Because it's so much easier for you? So I looked at her crazy like, what? Where do you think you could just go off changing my name? The easiest you could call me is my last name, but you want to call... So I told her, no, you can call me by the name that was given to me. And I said it, I looked at her, I told her you could call me by the name that was given to me, because I just find it a little disrespectful. How are you in the church? And Isaiah's in the Bible, but you can't say Isaiah. But you can say Elijah. Isaiah, Elijah. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're from a different culture and you have a hard time announcing Isaiah, which people do. Even my family, they call me Zaya. You know what I'm saying? You white, you a regular white lady from the south. You could say Isaiah, Elijah. I was so pissed, but I tried to keep my cool. But so when I corrected her and told her no, you can call me Isaiah, which was the name that was given to me, which is correct. I wasn't lying. I wasn't wrong. Why you gonna call me something that's not given to me? You want me to call you something you're not given? You want me to call you something that wasn't given to you? No, you would not want that. Okay? Everyone in the room, the managers are all like, oh! Like basically shaming her because I corrected her. And like I was just like, no, but like, and I guess I could have stayed there and like been like, while everyone was doing that, but I was like, no, but it's like by that time, now you're disrespecting me. How in the world are you gonna call me somebody? It's call my name, but that's not my name that was given to me. You know what I mean? If I had a nickname, okay, cool, but not a whole other name that you want to call me because you just can't say Isaiah. Like I feel like Elijah is more syllables than Isaiah. Elijah. Oh, maybe it's the same. I don't really know. But I just felt like I was just disrespected. So I was like, oh no. So by then, you know, now I'm noticing I'm getting like a side eye because, you know, she felt like she was being disrespected. And some people in the South, the way it works is it's like, you should be happy I'm giving you a job. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I felt. And so, you know, I would do like you know, because I would work from like after school till like midnight. Store closes at like 10, but you gotta clean up. And you work in a store with food and you're doing sandwiches. Oh, there's so much to clean. Oh my God, it's disgusting. So I would always do the dishes because, you know, I don't want to be bothered. And then I stopped doing the dishes. And, you know, people always try to like micromanage, and people who aren't managers always want to micromanage. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, you leave me alone. I'm gonna do this, you go do that. You're not a manager, so leave me alone. But anyways, I noticed from that day, things started to like change a little bit, like her dynamic, how she spoke to me, which I think by then she stopped saying my name. The atmosphere towards me kind of changed now that like I embarrassed her in a way which you kind of embarrassed yourself. Like, why are you gonna call me something that's not my name? Alright, it's very simple. Just call me by the name that was given to me and then we'll be cool, right? Simple. So, you know, we're doing things, and then, you know, she starts to like get on me about stuff like the sandwiches are not done fast enough, because, you know, there's like a line if you ever worked at Firehouse Sub. You know, someone does the bread, someone does the order, then the bread, and then I think like the meats, whatever, and you know, everyone would always switch, but for me it should always just, you know, be like, you know, on me. And I was just like, okay, I'm doing it. Like, I don't know how fast you want me to go. I don't want to go as fast as my hands can move. Like, sometimes they don't want what's on the sandwich. You gotta add other stuff to it. So, okay, cool. There was one time somebody wanted olive oil, and there was olive oil, and I told the person that we don't have olive oil, we don't sell that, and she felt like, I guess I disrespected the customer, because I was like, oh, we don't have that. Like, no one, I looked at the handbook. You made me memorize whatever condiments we got and whatever dressing we got, and ain't no damn olive oil. You know what she did? Let me tell you what this lady did. She went and got Crisco. Crisco, the shit that you know the shit that you use to fry stuff, you know, some fried chicken, you know. She got Crisco, put it in a tube for her, not a tube, but little cups, and gave it to her and said, and it looked at me and told me it's the same thing. I was like, did you just give that lady Crisco? Crisco, as in the shit that you use to fry stuff with? I was like, and mind you, we don't even fry nothing at that place. I don't even know why we had it, but then again, you know, it's not my business. I don't know, I don't care. So she gave it to the lady, and I watched the lady eat that sandwich with that Crisco, and I was like, damn. Only if you knew what you was really having, and that wasn't olive oil. And so now it got me thinking, like, do all restaurants do that? Do restaurants? Well, I looked at a restaurant, and they had olive oil. But then if we didn't have olive oil, did they ever change the bottle? You know? All these questions kind of came up to my mind when that happened to me. Like, y'all disrespectful. Very disrespectful for that. But anyways, so she did that to me. I'm like, okay, this is weird. You know, I'm talking, you know, she's not really saying my name. I think she's saying hi or whatever. And then there was one day that the store was slow, and she asked me, Isaiah, can you do the pickles? Let me tell y'all about this pickle situation. Y'all, let me tell y'all about these pickles where I really had it with this boss. Okay? Now, if you ever been to this restaurant, everybody, you get a side up, you get pickle and a wrapper. You know, it's cut up in half, cut up in the side, you know, you get the pickle, you eat it, whatever. Things like that. You know, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that for you, you know, it's no big deal. You know, it's whatever. So I do it. I'm doing, you know, the pickles. It's a lot. It's a big old tube. There's pickles, you put in a wrapper, a lot, you put it aside, boom, move on to the next one. Alright, I'm doing it. She leaves. Alright, cool. As she leaves, someone asked me, oh, do you want help? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Cause she's like, oh, it's slow, I'm not doing anything, I don't mind helping you. We started talking about the job, and we're like, oh yeah, I mean, it's okay, it's not my favorite, but you know, hey, I need it right now, I'm young, so who cares? You know, we're talking and stuff. We finished a whole bucket. I don't know how long it took. It didn't take that long. And then she's like, oh, you wanna do another one? I was like, oh yeah, let's do another one, because you know, we're not doing anything, you know, who cares? And then we're in our second bucket. The bucket huge, full of pickles that we gotta assort. So then, you know, we do that when we're still talking, whatever. A customer comes, she goes over there. You know, she comes back, a manager, she comes back. She comes back with a bunch of groceries, and she comes in already full of rage or whatever. Don't know where it came from. Because when you left, you was already trying it, but you came back full force. She came back and she looked at me and she said, "You are still doing these pickles?" I said, "What?" She's like, "How slow are you? You're still doing these pickles." I said, "Well, excuse me. This is our second batch that we're doing. So I'm very confused as to why you thought this was just gonna be the first one." And then, you know, she obviously looked stupid and she was like, "Oh, well, okay." So she left and I'm looking, the girl's looking at me, I'm looking at the girl, I'm like, you know, something ain't right. Ever since I told her, don't call me by a name that was never given to me, she's been acting up. There's something going on. She's doing all this and all that, not talking to me for the rest of the week. And then I look at the schedule for next week and I noticed my name's not on there. I said, "Well, that's funny. You was just giving me full-time shifts, and I told you I wanted part-time shifts because I work part-time, and now I go from full-time shifts to no shifts. Nothing's up. I'm about to get fired." That's what I said. I said, "I'm about to get fired." I cool, bet, whatever. And then, you know, I go home. I tell my parents, "I'm about to get fired because this lady's crazy. She's been acting up, acting a fool, doing all types of stuff to me, and I'm just not understanding." "Oh no, don't worry about it. Call it tomorrow." I said, "What you mean don't worry about it? Try to be optimistic." I'm like, "What you mean don't worry about it? It is what it is." The next day I call. I'm trying to understand like why I'm not on the schedule. And then she tells me if I could come in. I said, "See, now you wasting my time. Now you're going to come in to let me know that I'm fired. You could have just told me on the phone, okay? Whatever." I got the phone. I'm like, "Y'all." I tell my people, I'm like, "Yo, I'm about to get fired." So I go, I'm already like, you know what, whatever. Go to the store, go to the back, and she's there. She's bawling her eyes out. I mean, crying. I look at her, as she's crying, I'm just like, "Are you done? Let me know when you're done." She's crying, she's telling me that she has to let me go. I said, "For what?" She goes, "Because, you know, it's just been so hard because we hire so many people. First of all, you hired too many of your church people. That's why you're having problems. I was already the first people you hired, and then now you want to get rid of me." That was one. That's one thing I said. She's like, "You know, it's just that it hasn't been easy. We've had to let some people go. Now you want your church people who gonna kiss your ass." That was two. And then she's like, "You've been a little slow. We opened up for about a month, and I gotta go as fast as the people ahead of me are going. And when they go too fast, I gotta make sure it's correct because you have me sometimes at the last person." So, you know, that was that. I'm so sorry. She's crying, and I'm just like, when do I get my last check? Like, all this crying, all this boo-hoo, and you want a hug. I don't want a hug from you. I'm cool. You was disrespectful from the jump and all that. So yeah, that's my first story of how I got fired.